Hi everybody, it's Christina from Card Making Magic. Today I'm going to be making two cards, one with the channel from the Snowdrop and the other one just using the floral elements to the die set. We're going to add it to a trellis background. We're going to add one of them with some ovals and we'll use the stamps on both. So I'm going to make both cards from an A4 piece of card, and this is a 300 GSM. So I'm going to score this down the halfway line and fold it in half, and then I'm going to cut that in half, and that will give me my two cards. Now when you use a scoreboard, if you look, they don't line up on the edge. One is slightly shorter than the other. That doesn't mean you scored it wrong, that means you've scored it right, because this now gives you the leading edge to be able to open the card easily. So don't level them off because they're supposed to be just like that. So I've cut my card in half and that gives me two now that will open properly. And again, your leading edge will help you to open that card easily. So we now need some panels that will go on the front of that. So for one of them I'm going to do a panel in blue. So for one of them I'm taking some blue card and I'm going to leave a tiny border around two sides. 1, 2. And then I'm going to come in slightly from the right hand edge and make a mark, and slightly up from the bottom and make another mark. And once I've cut that, that will give me a piece that will sit on the front of my card like that, and just leave a tiny border around the edge. Now for the other one I'm going to do exactly the same with a piece of white card. So with another piece of white card and the trellis die, I've cut that piece through the die cutting machine, and that's going to give me a piece that will sit on there. And then with another piece of white card I have taken the channel die and I have added it to this card and run that through the die cutting machine, and that will give me that piece that sits along there. Now from the oval dies and some white card, out at the smallest and work your way up. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So I've taken dies 6 and 7 and added them to my card, and I've taken the floral elements from the channel die and I have cut the pieces that I need. Now before I remove these from the card from the die, I have fastened in place the little extra pieces. I don't want to lose them, and I've cut two of these so that I can face one the other way. And there's my oval. Now with the scalloped edge oval and some blue card, I have cut that piece out, and that will give me this, and that's going to sit on the front of my card. Now I want to do some stamping. So I'm taking the stamp set and I'm going to take the verse and I'm going to add this to the inside of the blue card. So that's going to sit there, and then down this other one I want to add Just For You, and I want to add that down that side. So I've added the border along the bottom of the inside and I've added my verse, and I'm going to pick these up with the stamping platform. And then we'll stamp these down with some black ink. And on this one, with the Just For You and black ink, I've stamped the little sentiment down the side. So we can take that out of the way as well. Card, we're going to take the middle panel and we're going to ink that up with some Mermaid Lagoon and some Blueprint Sketch. Now, to make this panel more interesting, I'm popping it up on some foam tape, and we'll put these strips behind the strips on the flowers. And we'll add it this way, and that will go on the front of the card. Now for this one, I'm going to glue the trellis work onto the front of this, and then we'll add both panels to the base card with some foam tape. And then once you've done that, you can add this. And then the blue one to the centre of that one. Now for the stems, I'm using 2 shades of green, and I'm just going to go over the bottom half with the dark green, and then the top half I'm going to go over with the lighter green, and that will just give us a 2-toned leaf to go on our cards. Now I'm not going to go onto the actual flower, so I'm only doing that little bit. Now for the flowers themselves, I'm just taking some very pale grey, and I'm just going to add a little bit of shadow at the top, and that's all I'm doing, just adding that little bit of shadow, and then I'm going to spread it out with the paler grey still, and that just gives a little bit of interest to the flowers. So you don't have to be an artist to be able to do it, you just need to take the plunge and colour your flowers, and then once you've done that, you can glue those in place on your oval, and they can then be added to your card. Now as a final touch, I'm going to add some diamante and some pearls into my designs. So I'm going to take this one, and I've already cut it down, and I'm going to add this along these stems, along there. There we go. So that just finishes the bottom of that one off, and if we wanted to, we could use this little bit here and add this one down that stem. I'm going to cut all this off. I'm just going to use this long flourish. So there's your 2 finished cards. We've used the Lacey nested ovals, we've used the Snowdrop channel, I've used the cube trellis die, and the Snowdrops stamp set. And there's 2 cards that we've created with that collection. Now they're all available from CraftStash. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, why not join me on the next one? Please subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell, and then you'll always be aware when I upload a video. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.